Okay, so I'm going to attempt to make a documentation video without doxing myself, because contrary to public opinion, I don't like to be an idiot, and I don't like to call people, specific people or places out. I'm going to show you a little of the work I've been doing around here and the effort that it takes. I honestly think at this time, a lot of us should get paid. There's Sammy looking out the window. A lot of us should get paid for taking care of these places. When I moved in, I painted every room, bought the paints to paint every room, got a carpet cleaner to clean the rug because they were living on it. And I got to document some of this because it's unsafe, and I see all these TIs documenting things, and I'm like, well, perhaps I should do that. This is where I put all my tomatoes before, and I did put some lettuce in there, but I don't know if it's going to come up. It's been a weird season, and the seeds that I used for that were a little older. There's the fire pit that I dug myself so that it was proper and according to city standards, zoning things. This is the yard that usually I'm the only one who mows. This is where I have grown pumpkins before, and now I'm growing. This is the maybe mound. I call it the maybe mound because people don't like me, and sometimes they try to sabotage my efforts. So I cut that down as best I could. I'm 5 foot tall. I live with 2 men who are allegedly healthy. My son I worry about. Anyways, you know, to say I do nothing or I'm no type of addition to the community is hogwash. I had to weed all that and get all that stuff out of there. I'm going to show you the other side of the house where it's unsafe. Now, I don't drive, so I don't have the problems on the road that people have, but I know you're having them. I caught it on my first channel way back when I watched Dabu and I started watching YouTube in the beginning, and RFB, and those people are great for waking you up, but they use truth as some type of commodity or weapon. They bank, they buy their land, they plant on it, their families are taken care of, while they keep people in the same place. They don't really move people forward spiritually or mentally or emotionally. So I weeded all this as best I could. There's still a few remnants. Now I knew they were going to do that with cars, and I told you guys they were going to do that on the beginning channel on Brie and Jen, that they were going to weaponize them, and only essential drivers will be on the road. But everybody and their mother wants me to drive, and I think it's because they know that that's the easiest way to either cause you frustration, get you to lash out, have someone pull you over and kidnap you, aka arrest you. So I took this tree out. It was dead. I was messing with a few branches and the whole thing just broke out. Now this started as a garden mound somebody gave up on when we moved in, and it was a mound where I couldn't plant anything because you see these trees, see how nasty that is? I almost got poked in the eye. I clipped what I could reach. Now look, we've got 2 here that go way up, and we got the wires right there because I'm on the corner of the street. This is like one of the main roads in this small town. It leads to the freeway. You see? Now we got this tree over here. Now I'm bringing this up because when all this began in 2017-18, I found that my spouse was spending a lot of time in the basement, and there was a lot of boxes down there. I'm like, what are you planning to move? And I started opening some of them, and they were filled with nothing but moving peanuts and like paper. And they were stacked high up to the ceiling. And I'm like, what is that for? So when I went upstairs and I figured out where they were touching the ceiling, it was the cabinet in the kitchen where somebody had left some paint thinner. And that night, for some reason, somebody had called his phone and hung up. And I looked the person up and I vetted them through Facebook, and it was a fire chief in this area. A retired fire chief, but a fire chief nonetheless. Now he's admitted to me that him and his friend were firebugs when they were younger. So I'm going to show you this because of my safety, because I've asked for the last 2 years to get back on a lease so that I have proof that I belong here. So that if I go camping or something, they don't decide to just toss my stuff and say, we don't know who she is, because my marriage certificate does not seem to be real, and I had to reorder a birth certificate because that was disappeared too. And now when I try to get information about my taxes, he freaks out every time. So if they're going to try and arrest us and put us in jail, I mean, I'm just going to keep doing God's will. That's all I can do. But I want to show you this because it's a concern. So we have this one tree, right? And I've done the best I could with the other ones, but look. It goes up and up. And see this big ginormous one here? That I said, if any tree has a portal, it's this one. Do you see how they're touching almost right above my room? Right above where me and Sam sleep. This is just a nightmare, like, waiting to happen. And we asked about the tree, the pine tree over there, and they said that was the city's responsibility, but there's a red paint mark on it. And the landlord, or they said it's the landlord's responsibility. The landlord said it's the city's responsibility. And we have another instance, just like where I worked, of an absentee landlord who allegedly spends time in Florida. He owns a ranch up here and an insurance company. Wouldn't that be a nice insurance claim if this was a property he just wanted to write off? Because I've been the one who's been taking care of it. Nobody's been taking care of it. The dishwasher doesn't work like it's supposed to. None of the door locks work properly. I'm going to show you that next because it's not secure and it's dangerous, and I've asked for those to be fixed millions of times. They come and they pretend like they fix them, or they say they fix them, and it gets worse. When I say this is the land of opposites and inversion, I'm not kidding. And I know what people think of me, and you know, that's fine if people want to think that way about me, but they're going to think what they want to think. Get back, Sam. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. See this door? See this? Now look. Yeah, it pulls out, pushes in, pulls out, pushes in. Get back. See this? See that? There's supposed to be a screw in there. This pulls in and out. When you lock it, obviously it was supposed to be just locked now, because when it's across, it tells you it's across, it's locking. When it's up, it's flush, it's unlocked. Yeah, it doesn't work at all. And I have begged and requested and pleaded for them to fix these things, and they don't get fixed. But voila, you make a video and feel like you gotta call somebody out, and things get done. Let me show you this. Yeah, there's a security key tab on it, but look at the door jamb. They come and I'm like, fix it, it's loose, it's not staying. So they put paint stirrers in here and put a couple screws in and say, oh, it's working. No, it's not. It's worse than it ever was. Now, this was probably a year and a half ago. I have begged and pleaded with my husband. I don't feel safe. And this is another reason. I don't need proof that I'm not married or whatever. This is not caring for your spouse. There's no gardening together. There's no walking together. There's no talking. There's no adult tending to life. Oh, you want to have an adult conversation? That's the reply I get. Other people don't have to deal with this stuff. This is regular marriage stuff. That you maintain your life and your marriage and your surroundings and your environment. And I'm trying to do the best I can, but I wanted to document that because if something happens here, it needs to be known that I've been, as usual, watching out like a watchwoman, I guess, and nobody's doing anything there. Maybe you can see that better, how they're just now touching. That's gonna be a big problem, man. These trees, they sprout up everywhere. But I think I did good on my part. I think I do the best I can with what I have. You guys have a blessed day. Talk soon.